What is going on, people? Mark from Double Clutch Auto Reviews here. Thank you again for tuning in for another review video. Today I'm here again at Ocean Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram here in Westerly, Rhode Island, reviewing the brand new 2022 Jeep Wagoneer Series III 4x4 they have for sale. This Wagoneer has a 5.7 liter hybrid V8 with the e-torque electric motor add-on, making 392 horsepower and 404 pound-feet of torque. So pretty even torque curve, right around 400 for both. And that's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission and 4-wheel drive. It's rated for 15 miles per gallon city, 20 miles per gallon highway, and 17 overall. And this is an 8-passenger family hauler with 2 full rows of seats in the back. We're gonna start off in the rear and then move our way up towards the front. As you can see, climbing in the back seat actually isn't too hard at all. You just push this little button right here on the top of the second row seat and it folds down automatically for you. And then once you're in, you just pull on the back of the seat and it clicks in. Piece of cake. And there's decent room all around, even in the back third row. Leg, shoulder, and headroom, it's really not that bad at all. It's crazy to think that an average full-size grown adult can fit comfortably all the way in the back seat of this car. The third row seats also even recline. Check this out. They can recline in a 60-40 split. How cool is that? There's also a cup holder and 2 USB ports on each side of the third row. And check this out. The third row seats fold down and fold back up all automatically with just a push of a button. There's sets of buttons located on each side of the C-pillar down here in the second row, and there's also controls in the tailgate. But check this out, isn't that awesome? I just find that so cool. And if you fold all the seats down, it gives you a flat loading floor with a max cargo capacity of 116.7 cubic feet. Talk about practical. Now you do have to keep in mind though, with that max cargo capacity being so great, this car is not small. Obviously, it's quite large. 214.7 inches long, 94 inches wide, including the mirrors, and 75.6 inches tall, weighing in about 6,000 pounds. It has a max towing capacity, though, of 10,000 pounds. That's awesome. And it has a max payload of just under 1,600 pounds. Now moving on to the second row seats. These seats you have to fold down, just pull this lever right here, folds down for you. You just have to pull it back up, but it's not a big deal. This Wagoneer has a 3-zone climate control setup, so rear seat passengers in the second row have their own climate controls, and they also have heated seats back there. Very nice. They also have their own cup holders in the folding center armrest right here, as well as the door cubbies, and they also have their own USB ports, a 12-volt outlet, and a 110-volt outlet back there. And now moving up to the front seats for the driver and passenger, we have 8-way power adjustable, heated and cooled front seats with a heated steering wheel, of course. Very, very nice in this cold weather. It's 28 degrees out here today in Westerly, so you better believe I'll be using that. We also have a 10.25 inch touchscreen, which looks super nice. This thing is crisp. I absolutely love it. It's very responsive as well. This thing is sharp. Jeep did a really good job with this center console and infotainment system. It's Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatible, of course, and it even has a 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot available if you pay for the subscription. That's very cool. When you select the comfort icon, or in other words, climate controls, you can see that there's a graphic of a person sitting to show you where the air is coming out of the vents. You can adjust the temperature with either these sliding bars on the screen or the physical button down below. Personally, I am much more of a fan of the physical button, and I'm glad that Jeep kept it, so you have the option of using either method to change the temperature. There's also a 9-speaker Alpine stereo system in this car with a subwoofer in the back, and let me tell you, for a factory system, this thing bumps. I'm actually very particular about stereo systems, and this one is good. Very good. We have 4 more cup holders up here total, 4 USB ports, and another 12-volt outlet. And there's even an aux jack for us old school folks that just can't get with the times. They thought of everything. The dashboard, in my opinion, is quite nice. Has this really nice wood trim look with the aluminum finish around it. The engine start stop button also finished with this brushed aluminum look. Everything is just really well done. The steering wheel's leather wrapped. It also has the wood grain and aluminum trim around the finish here. Very nice touch. The gauge cluster is completely configurable and it looks super sharp. I mean, honestly, this is almost comparable to like the new Audis that I've driven. Like, this is really nice. Check this out. You can go from digital to analog. It's all configurable however you want to set it up. We also have automatic one-touch down for all the windows all around, but only auto up for the front 2 windows. Moving down the center stack in this front cubby, we have the wireless phone charger. Very cool. And then moving down to the center armrest and center console, first of all, very sharp looking. Another thing I love is this little sliding door storage compartment that can hold a few small items, maybe a phone, a notepad, pens, business cards, whatever you need, with 2 USB ports right there. There's also quite a lot of room when you open it up. I like that little storage compartment. I would certainly use it if I had this car. Another very neat little feature that I have to mention. So of course we have our headliner with our SOS button, your dome lights, your sunglasses holder, etc., etc. But there's also this fun little gem right here. You push this in and a little extra mirror folds down, and then you just push it back up a little bit and it locks in place. And then you have an additional mirror above your regular rear view mirror, so you can keep an eye on your naughty children all the way in the back without having to turn your head around and yell at them and careen off the road. Very cool touch, Jeep. Very cool touch. I like that a lot. And lastly, I have to talk about the Quadra-Lift air suspension system, which is pretty cool. Check this out. There's 5 levels of height with 6 inches of difference between the highest level and the lowest level. That's a lot. The highest ride height is designed for low speed crawling over rocks or rough terrain. And then the lowest setting is meant to be an easy access setup, so you can much more easily step into the Wagoneer if you have a hard time climbing into bigger vehicles like this. Very smart thinking of all the market that they have for this vehicle. Might be an older person that has a harder time getting around. That might make it a lot easier for them to step into a big truck like this. I mean, just look at the difference in height. That's pretty substantial. And it's also really cool to watch it raise and lower itself, I have to say. Taking a look under the hood, we have the 5.7 liter V8 with the e-torque hybrid add-on. And I will say, I actually really like the look of this engine bay. The V8 isn't completely covered with plastic. I mean, I know the top is, but you can still see most of the motor, which is good. Also, the little e-torque hybrid add-on right there. I think that looks nice machined look. Doesn't look tacky or out of place at all. I actually think this looks really nice. And as far as convenience and safety features go, we have the automatic remote start, of course. We have adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning, and emergency braking, blind spot detection, rear cross traffic alert. So obviously this vehicle is very, very safe, which is good for a family, of course, considering all of its safety features and its overall size in general. There's also adjustable pedals, so you can move them forward or back depending on your height or leg length, so to speak. This Wagoneer is also offered with a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain limited warranty and a 3-year, 36,000-mile basic limited warranty. And now this Wagoneer Series 3 does have an MSRP of just under 79 grand. That is a lot of money. However, you are getting a lot of car for your money. This is a very, very nice place to spend time, and it's an excellent, comfortable, and practical family SUV. All right, let's fire this bad boy up. There's a very cool startup graphic in the gauge cluster, I will have to say. Very, very nice looking. I also forgot to mention, I really, really like these Wagoneer badges on the side with the American flag. It's a nice look. They also paid excellent attention to detail by making the flags face the proper way on both sides of the vehicle. As you can see, the stars are always towards the front of the vehicle, so the flag is assaulting forward. So happy that they didn't mess that up. All right, getting out on the road in the Wagoneer. And now we have this cylindrical style gear selector, which I don't mind. It feels nice, it looks sharp. I also have a heads-up display right in front of me showing my speed and what street I'm on. Yeah, definitely a fan of this. This is nice. So to turn your heated steering wheel and heated seats on, you can either go into the infotainment system, as you can see here, or you can just push these little icons on the sides of the infotainment screen. They do work pretty well most of the time. Sometimes I had a hard time finding the button. Might have been better if it was an actual physical button, but I will say that these icons look a lot sleeker than a whole bunch of separate buttons right next to the infotainment system. Let's give it some beans. All right, that's certainly not bad. Doesn't throw you back in the seat, but certainly has enough power to get you up and going. Heated steering wheel warms up really quick. I noticed the steering wheel almost has a little bit of a flat bottom here too. Interesting. And right now we'll put it in sport mode. Since we're not taking this off-roading, of course, I'm not gonna put it in any of the other modes we have. There's also rock, sand, mud, and snow, as well as auto. I'm gonna give it the beans right now. Yes, sir. Woohoo! All right. Whoa, coming in hot. Rolls in the corners, and not to be surprised with that. Oh boy. Not a sports car by any means, but who am I kidding if you guys didn't expect that already? Nice. Let's turn off traction control. Now we're talking. Man, this heated steering wheel warms up so, it's hot. It's like once it actually gets up to temperature, you gotta turn it off. But up until that point, this is nice on a cold day. Scratch that, I forgot, you can actually set the steering wheel to medium or low. You don't have to have it on high all the time. That's really nice. So I'm gonna keep it on low for now and see how that feels. Man, that heads-up display is crisp. Gotta love a sound of a big old V8. And apparently that e-torque motor of this hybrid setup actually helps out quite a bit, especially with the low end part of the rev range. All right, we're gonna come into some corners now. Oh boy, oh boy, oh yeah. Oh boy. Handling is not one of the Wagoneer strong suits, who'da thunk? And I'm actually also on the second to lowest setting of the Quadralift air suspension system. So this is technically the best handling setup that the car allows you to drive in. You can't drive in the lowest setting, unfortunately. I know it'd be awesome to ride around like a hot boy with the thing slammed to the ground, but unfortunately it doesn't allow you to do that because it's too low. The wheels will rub. Let's actually turn the heated seats down too a bit since the car is warmed up. Let's put that down to low. There's also two separate zones for the heated seats. You can do the backrest or the butt rest, or lower part of the seat, I guess, whatever you want to call it. So you can just do one or the other or both. Even in sport mode, this thing is comfy cruising. Very, very nice car. Braking's also not bad at all. I mean, if you look at these things, this thing has huge brakes on it, so I would hope that they work well. This is also a lot of car to stop, 6,000 pounds, you know. Doesn't want to break loose very easily. This is a heavy car after all, and a lot of weight isn't necessarily all up front. There is some weight in the back. But I think we all can be assured that most people, if not all, that are interested in buying a Wagoneer do not care about breaking loose or cornering or any of that stuff. What this vehicle was meant to do, it does very, very well. For the price, I know, honestly, 79 grand, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. However, just driving this car around town, this thing is really, really nice. Definitely comparable to a lot of other luxury SUVs out there. And that's the price that these vehicles are going for nowadays. So as far as I'm concerned, this is pretty fairly priced given the overall range of today's market. I wouldn't mind this for sure, especially as a family vehicle, absolutely. So I just listened to the stereo like really loud. I turned the bass all the way up. Man, you can feel it in your chest. Like, this thing bumps. This thing sounds crisp, loud, the bass, it's really impressive. If I had to say what is my number one option choice that I'd have to get no matter what, it would be the Alpine stereo system for sure. All right, guys, that is all I have time for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It really helps me out. Come check out this super nice brand new 2022 Jeep Wagoneer Series III at Ocean, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. I cannot thank them enough. They are great guys to work with. I highly recommend them. They've been super nice to me, and they also have excellent customer satisfaction ratings, as I said in my Raptor video. So if you're in the Westerly, Rhode Island area looking for a Jeep, please check them out, show them some love. I will put all of their links to their website, social media, their phone numbers, address, and other contact information in the description below. And if you have any comments or questions regarding the Wagoneer or any other car really that I've reviewed, please feel free, ask me in the comments below. I read all of my comments and I do my best to answer all of them the best I can. So if you think I missed something in this review and you want some more clarification on anything specific, please feel free, throw a comment down below. Please don't forget to follow me on my new Instagram at Double Clutch Auto Reviews. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Stay safe, take care, and have a great rest of your day. Peace. There's also adjustable pedals so you can push the... There's also adjustable pedals